Is coffee talk. It's coffee talk. It's coffee talk. It's coffee talk. Remember that? It's coffee talk. It's coffee talk. It's coffee talk. This was a gift. Thanks, Lindsay. So, today we are talking about, I have to cheers. Cheers. We're talking about our new habit. We are in April here, and we are talking about journaling and gratitude. Journaling and gratitude is our healthy habit in the inner circle. As always, if you're new to this channel, may this work be of deep benefit to you. If you want to jump into the inner circle and do some of this work in real time, in real community, reach out to me, innergazeyoga@gmail.com, and I'll send you a link, but I'll also post it here below. And I'm going to post a video, a healthy habit webinar that I've done. Kind of shows you the way we look at the Hygge, the inner circle group, and it also shows you sort of the way we ponder some of these ideas. I always say, when we think about healthy habits and the healthy habits that we do month after month, year after year, been running the group for quite a long time. The real habit, the only habit that we really focus on is the one of self-reflection, right? The one of self-reflection. In yoga, we would say the svadhyaya, right? One of the yamas and niyamas is just practicing self-reflection, not improving ourselves, not fixing ourselves, not changing ourselves, but just sitting and taking inventory. How am I showing up? Is this the way I want to be showing up? Am I out of alignment? Where am I out of alignment? It's not a good or a bad thing. It's just calibrating, right? I like to, use it like a guitar strum. If one string is out of tune, the whole strum is going to be off tune. So we are tweaking those, tuning up those strings so that when we strum and live our lives, we can be coherent in all the ways. So that's what we're talking about today. And so we're at the very beginning, week 1 of our journaling and gratitude. And I wanted to share with you today what we're going to be focusing on in the inner circle, and perhaps you'll join me. Remember, every Monday, I'll be jumping here on Facebook and on YouTube, and you can ponder with me in real time. Hit the subscribe button on Facebook. You could follow me, and on YouTube, you can hit subscribe, and then you get notified when these videos come out. That's a great way to ponder and keep yourself sort of regulated and accountable to doing this for yourself if you're doing it alone. But I will say that, to be accountable to thinking about what we think about, we do need to be sitting with someone else. It could be a therapist. It could be, a coach. It could be with a women's group like the one I'm running with the Inner Circle, or journaling. Journaling is a beautiful way to get that out of your mind. Get that stuff out of your mind so that you get to see, you get to think about what you think about. Just thinking about it, right? Just going, I don't need to write it out. I'm just going to ponder it in my mind, does not work. We want to get it out so you can have a real good perspective at what you're saying, what you're thinking. Okay. All right. Let's jump over here to our magic board. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the things that I'm encouraging you to be practicing this month. Okay. You could do it just for this week, or you could follow through all month, depending upon where your mindset is. Okay. So number 1, feelings are the roadmap of our thinking. And I often say that people say feelings aren't facts. Well, actually, I do think that they are, because if I'm feeling sad or despair or enraged, right, I'm dousing my body with these chemicals. Those chemicals are real. My organs are sitting in that toxic pool. That's real. So even if that squirrel ran in front of my car and I was like, ah, and then I was like, okay, it's okay. The squirrel got over safely. That body, that chemicals that's doused in my body is still sitting in there. It's still, my body is still reacting to what happened. Even though my mind is off to the next thing, this really did happen. So learning to regulate our emotions, come back to easy street, nothing is really, 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 really amazing and really, 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 really sad. We want to learn how to not just have that big ebbs and flows in our life, keeping ourselves regulated. What we talk about in the inner circle is emotional sobriety, right? Where am I really showing up in an immature way? And we're all immature in some ways, including me. I do not have this any more figured out than you do, right? But we're all learning together. Okay, so one of the journaling ponders that I would encourage for you is number 1. Where did I fall into the extremes today, right? Where did I have a real high or a real low that took me off that sort of middle road? You could make a list. Where did I get really angry today? Where was I worrying today? Where did I feel overwhelmed today? Where was I afraid today? And just write it out. I'm afraid I don't have rent. I'm afraid that my kids are gonna, something's gonna happen to my kids. I'm really angry that my coworker, blah, 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 blah. So watch yourself. Where did you have these real highs and lows? That's a great ponder. We're not judging it as good. We're not judging it as bad. Nothing like that at all. We're just the facts, ma'am, just the facts. Number two, where did I fall into feeling better than others or worse? We talked about people pleasing a few months ago, and we talked about the sort of the selfishness of helping other people gives us a surge, right? That we know more or that we know less than certain people. So looking and seeing, where do you feel that sort of up and down? You're not just connected to people, but you're either better than they are or worse. You're either smarter or dumber. You're either right or they're wrong. Like really noticing that sort of high and low too. So make a list. Where did you feel better than others? Where did you feel worse than others? Where are you looking and comparing and contrasting? It could be through material items. It could be through parenting. It could be through marriage. It could be through, all the things, youth, um, fitness, all the things like that. Okay. Intelligence, right? Book learning, driving, right? That's a big one for some clients of mine. Like, I know how to drive. You don't know how to drive. Where are you feeling that I'm better than you or I'm worse? Okay. And number three, where did you get a hit today of feeling really joyful or really loving or really powerful in some way? Again, it's really challenging to not judge that this is a really good way to feel it and this is a bad way. So, two pieces of cherry pie. That's a true story. That really happened to me yesterday. I had two pieces of cherry pie. I did. And I felt really good until this morning, like, oh God, So, but just noticing, what did I do that gave me that big surge again? Helping out a neighbor feels nice, feels loving, feels kind, feels integrity. When you help other people, you help your children without wanting something in return. You're helping friends, you're helping neighbors. Maybe you got a call, an accolade at work or a raise at work over a colleague, over someone else. True story. I watched with my cherry pie, watched Devil Wears Prada yesterday. And, that idea of like getting a hit because you got something over someone else. And that makes you feel really good. Again, we're not judging that that's a bad way to get power, and helping a neighbor is a good way to get power. Nothing like that at all. We're just getting the facts, because what we're doing is being self-reflective. Okay. So again, no judgments. I spelled that wrong. Think about what you think about. Think about what you think about is what we're focusing on. Okay. So that's one of the ways that we're going to take inventory this first week, is just looking at, where do I go into these big highs and these big lows. That's the morning is what I'm suggesting, but you could do it at whatever time of day that you would like to. This is also a gratitude month. So you could end that session, that morning, it is journaling, okay? Like I said, you got to get it out on the paper. Where do you feel grateful? Maybe you feel grateful that you're doing some of this deeper work. Maybe you feel grateful that you have the time in the morning to do this. Maybe you feel grateful that, that spring is coming and it's April. I don't know when you're watching this, but what is it you're grateful for? And end your session with just one, two, or three things that you can feel grateful for, and then take a moment and feel it. Okay? Okay? All right. If you have any questions or I can help you in any way, please reach out. I love being able to spread this. This is helping me so much stay regulated in my own life, and has helped me so much. And I just want to help you too. If that serves you, reach out. And as always, maybe you'll pass it on. Deep bows. So much love to you all. I will see you next week, and namaste.